Right here, how you all doing, ladies and gentlemen? So we're here today with the Expanse episode 4 reaction. Now, for this episode, first of all, I want to start off by saying that I want to talk about something last week that I completely forgot about, but now it kind of makes sense because I actually thought about it a little bit. Because to me, you know, the big question was still, you know, if the signal, if their I don't know, their message, I should say, you know, if they're, I can't say the Canterbury, but like the rescue ship, if their message was supposedly intercepted by Mars, then how did it get out to, you know, first of all, how did it get out to the belt, and then obviously from there on to Earth 2. And I thought about that a little bit. Now, no, it's not like I was sitting at home like a whole day just thinking like, what could it be? What could it be? No, it was none of that. Right? It was basically just me thinking about it for a few minutes, and after editing the episode, which is always the worst part because you've edited the episode already. But like, basically, me coming to the conclusion that, you know what, considering that there is a possible ship heading towards the Martian fleet ship. I mean, they said it's decelerating towards it, and it's been ignoring their calls. And that, you know, it could be that, you know, the signal wasn't just intercepted by Mars, but then it was also spread further on by, you know, by this ship that you know, granted we don't know the exact affiliation of this ship just yet, but considering that it's not Earth and it's not Mars, I mean, who else could it be in the grand scheme of things, you know? So that's possibly like where the signal came out, how the signal got out. Besides that, though, I mean, the big thing in the last episode was definitely, and I've actually got the names written down because I know how bad I am with names. It's just like a bunch of names, not like everyone that we've met so far. But we actually saw Havelock. I want to say die. But like, you know, it's the future. And like, I don't know what kind of technology they have in terms of like medical technology. We saw how good a fake medic was able to fool the world. Let's see what, you know, let's see what real medics can do on him now. You know, it might be that he's actually dead. He actually died, you know, for the cause. You know, that could certainly be a thing. But as of like right now, I'm still skeptical, just because, you know, I like to hang on hope. I know hope is like one of those rare things that you really shouldn't hang on to because it rarely ever pulls through. But I like to hang on to it, alright? That's, you know, that's what I've got to say. And that was the big shocking thing because I felt like the whole time he's going to be our eyes and ears throughout the whole show. And quite frankly, we're going to learn the world through his eyes, through his ears. We're going to learn the belt through his eyes, through his ears. While like the Mars section as well as Earth section, you know, we're kind of just thrown into, and basically we have to observe and I can't say act, but like, but basically we have to observe and put the pieces together ourselves. But I felt like on the belt, because it is such a core concept to the show, but also such a foreign concept, I guess, to us. Because obviously, you know, Mars, I think a Mars colony, a militaristic Mars colony, we can all imagine. Obviously, Earth is Earth. Politics don't change. You know, the future may change, but politics itself won't really change all that much. That light is off. That's why it's a bit dark. Oh well. But like the belter, you know, and the belt system in of itself, that could be quite difficult to, first of all, understand the divide, the racial divide. I guess you could almost say the species divide, but it's more so a racial divide, as well as like just their overall culture. So I felt like he's going to be our eyes and ears, and we're going to learn the world through his eyes as well. We learned the hard and cruel reality of this world. That's all I can say. But like, yeah, the weapon as well was a pipe that was able to be launched, which is a weird ass weapon. Like it's like, he has to be done for. He has to be done for. We'll see how the police react. I mean, we've got Miller, obviously, who is the partner, who's obviously much more integrated, you know, potentially grew up on the belt, which that was hinted towards, I guess, but or more so affiliates himself lives a life. Yeah, I would say more so grew up on the belt. Now that could certainly be a plot point that may come back. You know, I think it definitely will. I don't think it would have mentioned it if it didn't come back. But yeah, is there anything else that I missed out on? Probably a bunch. I mean, the UN, they're doing their own little thing. They find out it's not Mars. They finally know that, you know what, Mars is actually innocent in this specific scenario. So what will they do from here on out? You know, this might be a good opportunity to make a treaty, you know, a common goal. The enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing, you know. They did say in the first episode, oh yeah, Mars and Earth, they'll soon sign their treaty and all our worries will be over. And then he had obviously a certain... Other people say no. Well, actually, no, it wasn't other people. It was actually the text in the first episode, basically say, you know, they're almost at the brink of war and so on and so forth. So maybe this could lead to peace rather than war. Maybe this was all designed and engineered to lead to peace rather than war. Ooh, that would be something, right? Instead of someone trying to stir up war, someone's trying to stir up peace. Yeah, that would be too crazy of a concept. That would be too crazy of a concept, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, is there anything else that I've missed out on? You know what? Before we start this video, I'm going to turn that light on just so it's a little bit brighter because my room is an absolute nightmare. It's extremely dark. I've got 2 lamps that I bought. I probably need to buy another 4 just to have decent lightning, yeah, let lightning strike me down. But to have decent lighting in my room. But let me turn on this little lamp. Anyway, did you notice the difference? It's very slight. That light is actually very bad. It's one of those saver lights where, like, you know, it supposedly lasts you for 20 years, 30 years, but like it just outputs so little that it's like you don't even have a light. You know, you don't even have a light if you just have that on. Anyway, folks, episode 4. Let's get started. And yes, he is actually indeed dead. He is actually indeed dead. Why are you still on a dating site? Your friend just died. Mourn him.
Earth is?
I'm assuming like
123 years.
123 years.
Units on series?
68.
68. And with the recent unpleasantness, that average is only
well
going down.
What?
Nothing. I'm sure you're younger than you look.
Oh, why are you trying to insinuate here that he's gonna die soon? I thought that was Havelock. I try not to look at dead bodies. I just thought like a dead body. Who else would it be in this exact moment? But no.
I'd like to know what the hell Holden is discussing with the captain right now.
Captain, inbound vessel approaching defense perimeter. 1 minute to contact.
Hail them.
Frequency's open.
Unidentified vessel.
Let's see.
This is Captain
This is going to be
Teresa
interesting.
Yao of the MCRN Donager. This is your final warning. If you maintain your present course, you will be fired upon.
They're jamming us.
Why would anyone go up against Mars when they're supposed to be this militaristic force of nature? I don't trust Naomi. She just took over too quickly, and everyone just follows her too quickly, almost like a soldier following their commander. Pretty much. I expected no less. Why would you go up against Mars, right? From all we've heard, it's like, oh yeah, when it comes to military tech, so on and so forth, they are the ones at the top. Abasarala actually looks so young in his shot.
May I ask you a question?
Which I guess she would be, considering, you know,
Do you miss Earth?
the life expectancy.
If I did, I'd go back. My great uncle emigrated from Earth. He missed it terribly. He used to tell me stories when I was a little boy about these endless blue skies.
Is this like the good cop,
Free air everywhere.
bad cop routine?
Open water all the way to the horizon. Stand your people. Why, when the universe has bestowed so much upon you, you seem to care so little for it?
Reckon things Earthers do best.
Hey, that's also true. That is also true.
Can water-free drugs so that you can forget the aimless lives you lead. You're short-sighted.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong?
Incoming torpedoes in PDC range.
I mean, he's not really wrong. He's just got a fan. And I'm his fan. Now because I like him, watch him die.
Lock PDCs.
Watch him die. Just like Howlock. What just happened there? The way that blew up looked so cool. Oh my, okay, I don't, okay, now this is not going well. This is not going well in the slightest. I didn't think it would go super well, but I didn't think it would go this bad. Remember the count. Their own little revolution. It doesn't matter what time it is, doesn't matter what age it is, people are getting high, people are getting off their meds. Look how professional Mars and Earth are, and you look at this, well, I was gonna call it a shithole, which it really is. But like, you see like the difference in status. What's with that? That's with
Hey, assholes. Busy Batico's dead.
She ain't dead yet, Cobang. He'd be out there. That busy Batico.
What's the weeds done?
He looks pretty dead to me. He looks like he's.
Now he dead.
What a thing to say, bro! Now he's dead, bro. Now he's dead. Like, come on, man.
Human rights and jobs for all Belters.
And fomenting riots on Ceres, and inflaming passions in the wake of the Canterbury.
The history of organized religion isn't exactly strife-free. Best and brightest Mormons on a 100-year voyage to a new world around a new sun. Who knows what tragic malfunction?
Oh, that's a threat, bro. That's an indirect threat, isn't it?
Train for this shit. This is a glorified bus driver, okay? You satisfied? Oh, man, this is not supposed to be happening.
Hey,
no,
Alex.
no.
Hey.
Freaking out again.
Huh? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you gonna pass it to him? He's so far away.
He's gonna calm you right down.
Ugh.
Trust me, we're all gonna be just fine.
Sensors. The gravity. What? What? No!
We need to put.
How did that just? Oh, you guys are dead. How did that just happen? I feel like the gravity of the but it already, but like I deceased.
Lopez, I want you to get Mr. Holden off of this ship and safely back to MCRN command. He's the only person who can directly testify to this.
They are dwindling down by the numbers every second.
Memory crypt in his cap.
For what?
Let's take it out.
Look at the corner.
No.
What do you need a memory? What?
It's too much.
He's actually not wrong when he says the guy talks too much. Damn. Miss. Get the coroner, bro.
Must have been important enough to get him killed.
What are you not telling me?
Nothing.
Miller.
Conspiracy everywhere.
It's better if you don't know.
I don't need you to protect me.
I'm not protecting you.
I hate it when you do this.
Well, we can see how their partnership went. Okay! That actually scared the crap out of me. How are you alive, bro? How are you alive? I mean, barely. Barely. But you were left in the dirt. How did you not... Human resilience, I guess. Human resilience. My goodness. No. Okay. No, yeah. I keep getting worried that the episode is ending.
Orders are converging on engineering, Ox CIC, and the bridge.
As you ready, stand by, left the hangar bay.
Negative, sir. It's still there.
Stand by for cover.
Yo, you have to jet it.
Hey, don't you quit on me.
He's always the one closest to death.
Go.
Fuck it! I would carry him like that just so I could run.
I'm not a pilot. Someone else needs to fly.
Well, you have a transport. Wake up!
Go!
He's barely conscious right now.
Authorize full operational control of all systems for everyone now on board.
I don't think I'm in any...
Yeah. That's what it boils down to. No excuses, no words, just do it. And they're off. And they're off.
Hitachi is away.
Sir?
Captain, this door won't hold much longer.
I didn't think we could lose.
You better die. I barely knew you lot.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Son of a bitch.
Yo, alright, I'm gonna say it. Screw it, fuck it, alright? This show has thrown me for a loop. Multiple times. That's how it ends. This show has actually thrown me for a loop. Multiple times. Oh my. Oh my. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my. Out of these 4 episodes, right? I'm trying to think right now, like, which one of those 4 is my favorite. Which one of those 4 episodes is my favorite? And it's hard because I feel like they've all been very, 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 very strong. But there is so much, there is just so much that was thrown. This episode especially, I feel like there was just so much that was thrown in there. Where right now I'm like, huh. And I feel like I need to take a break right now. Like, I just take like a half-an-hour break right now, just to gather my thoughts and then speak. Because I know that if I take a half-an-hour break, I'll forget a few things, right? Well, first of all, the key thing, the key takeaway, honestly, is that Donija is pretty much no more. I mean, pretty much it's dust. It's not, there is no pretty much to it. It's dust. Now, this was supposed to be the Martian not main fleet. I can't say fleet. It was one ship. Not so much main fleet, but the main ship. and it was pretty much overrun quickly as well. Not even slow, like quickly. Like within a few seconds, it was overrun. Now, first of all, we saw a new player in the game, I guess if we want to call it that. And the moments they're heading off. Okay. That's clearly important. Clearly important. But I mean, like, this episode, like, the key takeaway here is pretty much... Ooh, is it? You could say the key takeaway here is that Mars is now going to go on a hunt. But like, is it? Is it? I mean, they had one ship that broke up into numerous ships and just attacked them from all directions. And of course, again, she said, what was her name? Captain, I think at the end credits it said, Captain Teresa Yao. Alright, I probably have it written down somewhere. But she basically said, no, I haven't. Okay, well, she's dead now, I guess. but that's cruel of me. But she basically said, like, most of the people there didn't have any combat training. So I mean, you know, should I be able to say, oh yeah, you know what, you took out Mars's best people in terms of combat, in terms of, like, you know, actual battle combat? Probably no, definitely not, you know. They took up the main ship, though. But I feel like now Mars is going to be on a hunt. Mars is going to assemble its best people. And when its best people come knocking, they come knocking hard. I feel like that's what's going to... But the thing is, you don't know the enemy. You don't know who the enemy is. You're assuming. But if this show... Yeah, my lips are always like that, honestly. But the thing with assuming is... that you assumed that they could have no chance, and then you saw what happened. What is your goal? Tell me. Oh, you're gonna die. We're all gonna die anyway. And the whole thing about the OPA is humanitarian. It's a humanitarian group. I don't know how much that is true. Now, during the episode, I actually had a kind of thought, like, what if... But no, it doesn't matter. Forget that thought, alright? I'll probably come back to, like 20 episodes or so and be like, damn it, I should have said it! It was true all along, but no, it's not true. What if... Son and daughter, alright, that's all I'm going to say, alright? But, point here is this. The Belter... I'm actually really surprised, but in a way also not, that friggin' Havelock survived. The way it was being done and everything, where, like, I've not been able to reach Havelock. Like, at first I thought, oh, maybe Havelock was the person. No, it wasn't. Okay. But, like, okay, but he survived. Havelock survived. Havelock actually survived. Human resilience is something else, I have to tell you. Human resilience is something else. He shouldn't be able to walk. That went right through his spine. He shouldn't be able to move. But hey, am I complaining? Abso-friggin-lutely not. Abso-friggin-lutely not. I actually quite liked Havelock. Havelock last episode, I thought was very fun. Fun in the sense of, you know, we got to see more about him. We got to see more about what he's about. And, you know, I felt like last episode, especially episode 3, I guess now last episode would be episode 4, but I felt like in episode 3, you know, he was quite a integral part of the episode, and I felt like, you know, he's trying to, you know, learn more, he's trying to understand more, and I feel like he's gonna be our vessel and our eyes to see this world, and, well, it seemed like, you know, he might still be. Now, I would be interested to see how Miller would react if he had found him. How he's going to react next episode when he hears about Havelock and, you know, his state and everything and the condition. Now, obviously, there is some things going on. On the belt, there is a can you call it a conspiracy? I guess, yeah, there's a conspiracy going on there. There's a conspiracy going on there anyway. And I'm assuming it's going to be linked. That's my assumption. Because he's putting the pieces together, and I'm just like, have I missed something? Because like he's the way he talked to Tavi. Yeah, I'm looking at the note. I'm looking at the names here. All right, the way he talked to Tavi made it seem like he knew more. The way I interpret it is like, okay, clearly there's more going on. You know, clearly Mao and everything. There is more going on here, but like I haven't been able to put anything together. Like it's not like he seems like put everything together. I'm like I'm still at the point where I'm like, so Mao, you know, clearly high up in the world in terms of social status. Yeah, gets with a guy or gets with a guy might be a wrong way to phrase it, but like it's associated with someone who has all, well, actually no, that wasn't him. Well, yeah, it was actually, it was a fake ID, but it's associated with someone that, you know, has a memory chip and everything, that government official documents and all that. I'm just feel like, okay, that's clearly leading to something, but I'm not sure what exactly. Like maybe like all the people inside the government, or there are people inside like each government that are like on a Martian. We can't call it government because we don't even know exactly like, you know, the structure, the hierarchy in Mars. But like in the Martian higher ups, right, as well as like the Earthen higher ups, there are some spies in there. Now, obviously, the only person so far that we can trust for that we can trust pretty much absolutely on Earth, I would say, is Avasarala. She's definitely like she's our eyes and ears on Earth. And we clearly saw like last episode, episode 3, that like she would do anything to essentially win, to essentially, you know, succeed. So I mean, I almost feel like she's gonna be. It's gonna be a case where like she is gonna be the one that will uncover hidden plots, hidden things, hidden spies inside the Earth UN government, I guess if you want to call it that. But I don't know who our Martian anchor would be. So I'm really just intrigued because I feel like the way he talked, the way Miller talked, it was almost like it almost seemed, the way he talked to like Tavi almost seemed like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on. I'm just like, I've seen what you've seen. I've heard what you've heard. But am I too stupid to connect the pieces together? Or am I just haven't used yourself put the pieces together, but you're just protecting Tavi, you know, and making it seem like there might be more. She thinks there is more, but you're like, yeah, no, there actually, I don't know. She's like, you don't tell me anything, and you're like, no, I actually don't know, but no, you don't tell me anything. Is that the case? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. All I've got to say is that was a great episode. This one was definitely more actiony than the past ones. I feel like a lot of the past ones were a lot more so lore as well as universe building. Like putting the building blocks for the universe, just like showing us what is what, where people are, what they're doing, so on and so forth. Whereas this one felt a lot more like, okay, you know what? Here is the action. Here is the action. There is clearly, you know, bigger threats out there. There is clearly big threats out there. There's clearly more going on. I mean, you know, the Mars has themselves a mission. You know, obviously there is a lot more going on everywhere. Now, there is one thing that's interesting. We haven't seen the corpse of Mao. You know, first episode, the very first thing we saw was her on a ship, and it seemed like she was in distress, but since then we've not really seen anything of her. Episode 1, we didn't get to see her corpse, so I'm still holding out. I'm still being like, yeah, you know what, she might be alive. Just speculating, of course. We'll see where the story heads though. I'm probably gonna watch episode. What time is it? I might be able to watch episode 5 right away. I'm not sure just yet. Damn it. I'm not sure just yet, but regardless, besides if I have missed something, obviously if I have missed something, let me know. But I don't feel like I'm putting the pieces. Obviously, if it's like something that you might be able to guess, but like realistically, not really. Then obviously don't tell me. But if it's something like I flat out missed, like I read something or didn't put the pieces together, despite having all the information, despite knowing that despite the fact that I should know at this point, let me know in the comment section down below. But what I will say is this: I enjoyed the episode thoroughly because I kept thinking, oh, this person must be a spy, this person must betray, this person's gonna betray everyone, and then just no, none of that. None of that. Now, the sad thing, of course, is that Shet is dead. The way he died was a big WTF moment. I liked him, right? I liked him. The medic that wasn't even a medic, still helping people. Yeah, he basically sold them all. I was like, no, I've told them everything. You know what, man? I liked him. Right? They just had to kill him. It's like every episode. They're like, you know what? I could do that. I could turn the camera to my dad and just have like a bunch of pictures and be like, okay, who's gonna die this episode? Let's throw a dart and see who dies this episode. That's basically what I feel. Who dies from the Canterbury this episode? That's what. Has there been an episode where nobody has died? I guess last episode, right? Last episode, we thought that Havelock died, but like well, all right. When I say when nobody's died, I'm talking about like main cast. Yeah, last episode, Havelock, I think, is like the only, the one that I guess you could say died, and then I guess you could say this episode he was revived, I guess. But I think there's been like a character perishing every single episode, unless I'm mistaken right now. I might be, but yeah. So far, I'm really enjoying this show. Not just based on its like, not just because of its lore and whatnot, but also because of the characters. Actually, I think they're quite likable, and just having that whole "there might be a spy amongst you" theme just makes you distrust everyone as well, which is also a great way to just look at the characters. Just a great way. I almost got shot in the leg, yes. But now you could be like, did he get shot in the leg? Just to make it look like that there is more to it. Just to make it look like he's not affiliated. You can always basically have one of those like every time, every word that anyone says, you're always just like, there might be more to it. And to me, that's just great. That's just great. It's just great because it just makes you distrust everyone. I'm sure like when this came out, it's actually based on a novel, so I'm sure when a novel came out, a lot of people were like, being in forums and everything, questioning everything, every word, every letter, every single mention of anything. Just like, that's what he means. You watch out. And then someone else would be like, no, it's you need to watch out about him. But yeah, anyway. I'll see you all, ladies and gentlemen, for the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out. Goodbye. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please be sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, be sure to check out Patreon to get 1 week early access as well as full length. Until next time, everybody, peace out and have a nice day. Bye.